arriving in Paris in half an hour. Gare de Lyon in half an hour. Arriving in Paris in half an hour. Gare de Lyon in half an hour. Arriving in Paris in half an hour. Gare de Lyon in half an hour.
Is it?
The steward, Monsieur Durban.
Maigret.
Anybody wants for your notice?
I'm afraid it's you, Inspector.
Stroke of luck you're being here, Maigret. I was just demonstrating the new graphic computer for our colleagues from Peking. Gentlemen, I'd like you to meet Chief Inspector Maigret.
It's an honor, gentlemen. Now, Commissioner, if you'll excuse me...
Oh, but I was just explaining to our friends here what an invaluable tool this is in our daily operations. I hoped you might give a demonstration.
I never use it.
Just give us a rundown on one of the cases you're working on.
Anyone?
Anyone, Inspector. It's only for demonstration purposes.
Well, during the past month, 3 women have been raped and strangled. The murders have occurred miles apart. They were done on Tuesdays between the hours of 2 and 5 a.m. We are certain that one man is responsible for all 3 killings.
And what does the suspect look like? And what does the suspect look like?
There are no witnesses.
But we must have a description, otherwise it's like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Oh, well, then we're all in the same fix.
Inspector, Kiane just called. It's about Oliver Durban.
Durban? Well, it's got to be, let's see, over a year since I last spoke to him. What's he got himself into now?
I'm afraid it's nothing you can help him out of this time.
Check out what's happening over there.
Look, I have a sketch. Why you
All right, all right.
I have a sketch to make that.
Thank you for calling, Kelly.
When I saw it was Durban,
Just a single wound.
Looks like a 9mm, fired point blank. Probably killed him instantly.
How long?
Well, he was in the water for a while. Rough guess, 6, maybe 7 hours at the most.
Who found him?
Well, the captain says he was stripped clean. No identity. Maigret. I'm sorry. He never had much luck, did he?
Luck. Durban and luck were strangers.
Why am I being kept here?
It was your duty to report it
Don't give
immediately.
me that crap about duty. If I had any brains, I should let the little bugger keep on floating.
Captain, that little bugger was an old friend of mine. Please. What time did you find him?
A little after 6:30 at Villon.
He didn't inform us until he tied up here, 4 hours later.
Why did you wait so long?
Why not? He was dead, and I had a schedule to make.
Did you see anything unusual on the road bordering the canal?
Like what?
Well, like a car parked or people having an argument?
No, nothing like that. A couple of farm trucks passed and the train.
The Simplon Express, heading for Paris.
Yeah, right. Just like it does every morning. And 15 minutes later, a freight going the other way. Now, that's all I saw. Nothing else. Okay? Huh?
Oh, Captain. One last thing. They said when you found the body, he had no wallet, papers, money.
Yeah, right. Nothing. I looked.
You didn't kill.
I don't pick dead men's pockets. Who the hell do you think I am?
Somebody who's about to be late if he doesn't show up. Thank you, Captain. Down. Lucas, pull Durban's photo from the file. Check. See if he was on the Simplon Express this morning.
But why should someone kill Durban on the train and then throw the body off? It doesn't make sense. Unless the killer wanted
Just pull the damn photo and have it checked. Lucas.
I never took what he did for being dangerous. He did little things, always filling out forms, spent hours on the phone, but nothing dangerous. It wasn't much of a life.
Do you know what kind of a case he was working on, Mrs. Tippett?
No, except he seemed excited about it. Said there was a chance of making some real money.
Real money?
Yes, real money.
I see.
He talked about you when you were on the force together.
That was taken the day we were assigned our first beat. Did he ever mention anyone named Hollenbeck to you?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You mean you're not sure?
No, I'm sure. Why?
I noticed he made a notation here in his diary about 2 weeks ago. Hollenbeck, 46802663. $500 advance, pick up tickets Milan. Mean anything?
Nothing I could put my finger on, except he said that the job was going to take him out of town for a while. He didn't say where. If only he'd stayed with the police.
He wasn't cut out for it.
But you defended him. He said you were the only one.
It was an exercise. Durban was guilty of committing an unpardonable sin of going after one of his own.
But he was right. He had proof.
His case, right was wrong. The man he had the goods on was too high up, too powerful, too plugged into the system to take a fall. I defended him all right. Every time I opened my mouth, I drove another nail in his coffin. How long had he been gone?
Just over a week.
Did he call?
No, but he said he might be sending some mail round to the office. But so far, nothing's arrived.
Let me know the minute something does. I'll send someone over to collect Durban's files.
Can you find who did it? It's not for revenge. No, nothing like that. It's just, I'd like to think that somebody else cared enough to make it right for him at the end.
According to the head porter, Durban boarded the Samplon in Lausanne late last night. He bought his ticket on the train. The passenger list. None of the crew reported any disturbance during the run, or noticed Durban was missing when the train pulled into Paris.
What about his luggage?
If he had any, it's gone. I checked the baggage claim. Then had the cleaning crew go through the train a second time. They found this in Durban's compartment, under a seat cushion.
Looks like they're all of the same man. Nobody leaves town for over a week without luggage. Whoever killed Durban took his, obviously hoping to find these. Have the lab make blow-ups. Put a rush on it.
Right.
Any luck, Lila?
That phone number in Durban's appointment book. It's an unlisted private line assigned to a William Hollenbeck. He's an executive with the Portman Corporation.
I'll get the lab started on these.
Hold it, Lucas.
Don't tell me Hollenbeck was on the train.
No, but his boss, Daniel Portman, was. Today, Daniel's father is coming to town.
Making his first public appearance in almost 25 years, probably the world's most famous recluse, American industrialist Mr. Kevin Portman, arrived in Paris early this afternoon by private jet. He was immediately swamped by reporters and photographers eager to talk to and photograph the man who has remained a mystery for nearly a quarter of a century by choosing to live within a tightly guarded veil of security. Kevin Portman, a determined and aggressive entrepreneur, single-handedly built up a vast international business empire. His worldwide interests include shipping, oil and gas exploration, land and property development, and more recently, publishing. His two sons, half-brothers Daniel and Tony, who form part of this huge conglomerate, run the day-to-day corporate operations from New York and Paris. Knowledgeable insiders report that Kevin Portman has never yet yielded the reins of power.
Now, why did I have to read about that in the paper this morning?
Unless you talked to Dad, how else would you know?
I don't appear to be on Dad's phone list. I thought you might have told me, Tony.
Me? You think I knew he was planning to pop out of the closet like this? Oh, Danny, you got a distrustful nature.
Yeah, well, I wonder why. Yesterday, you turn up out of the blue from New York. Today, he arrives from God knows where. You're a pair, the two of you.
And you like
You weren't asked.
I've got just as much at risk as you have. Maybe even more. Did you know he was coming?
Didn't have a clue, Victoria. But your husband's convinced I'm out to sabotage him.
Oh, come off it, Tony. We haven't laid eyes on each other in 5 years. I've built and launched 11 ships in that time without any problems.
I just designed him, Danny. But I've been warning you for months that you got insurance problems on this new one. She sails a maiden voyage next week, and you still haven't taken care of it. That's why I'm here. To do your job, not take it.
My God, you're a shifty bastard. You created those problems. Now you're trying to dump them in my backyard. You're not going to force me out, Tony. I've worked too damn hard to let either you or Kevin mousetrap me.
You got a vivid imagination, Danny. I'm not after you. Nobody's after you.
Yes?
Chief Inspector Maigret is here for Mr. Portman.
I never get such interesting visitors.
Have him come in.
Come on, kiddo. I'll buy you a drink. That's if Danny doesn't mind.
Inspector, how can I help you? What can I do for you?
Oh, yes. Yes. I came to see Mr. Hollenbeck, but I understand he's out of town.
Yeah, he's been in London the past week. Sales conference.
He is your executive assistant, I believe.
Yes, that's right. Inspector, if you'd like to tell me what all this is about.
I'm sorry, Mr. Portman. You must be pressed for time. But it's about murder. It seems that a private investigator named Oliver Durban was murdered this morning.
What's Bill Hollenbeck got to do with that?
It appears he hired Mr. Durban to do a job for him. Have you any idea why?
No, I haven't, and it doesn't sound like something Bill would do. Are you sure you got the right man?
I'm sure of two facts, Mr. Portman. First fact, that Hollenbeck's name and his private telephone number were found in Mr. Durban's appointment calendar, together with a notation that he was paid $500 in advance. Second fact, that Durban was killed this morning on board the Simplon Express, the same train you were on.
Never heard of this Durban.
I didn't say that you had. Merely that you were both on the Simplon. Oh, yes, yes, yes. And that you both boarded the Simplon Express in Lausanne last night. What were you doing there?
Inspector, you know, I really don't appreciate your attempt at twisting coincidence into suspicion.
I merely asked a simple question.
I was in Lausanne on business. It's a trip I make once a week. You can verify that.
All I want now is Mr. Hollenbeck's number in London.
Okay. Inspector, I hope you're not going to let this get out of hand. I'm certain you'll find that there's been a mistake.
Murder is always a mistake, Mr. Portman. My pipe.
Well, it looks like you've settled in nicely.
Good cigar, fine sherry, a blazing fire, and Bach. What could be bad, Julian?
I see you're preparing for the meeting tomorrow. I don't anticipate...
I heard the telephone ring several times a while ago. Who called?
It was Tony twice. He sounded on edge. He said he needed to talk to you today.
Why didn't you put him through, Caroline?
Julian took care of it.
What do you want?
Nothing important. Now look, about tomorrow, let's not be too aggressive.
I'll take care of tomorrow. Now, if Daniel or Tony calls, put them straight through from now on.
What are you doing?
I haven't seen them in how long? Tony, 9, 10 years. Daniel, a good 15. I think it's time I started being a more responsible father, don't you?
I wouldn't become too responsible if I were you. You could make them nervous.
You know, Carolyn, it's not a bad idea. They're running scared, you showing up without warning. Keep them off balance for the next few days and lull them into a false sense of security.
I'll take care of them. Now, Tony and Dan will give me exactly what I want, but they'll give it to me my way. Not yours, Julian.
I was only trying to give you some advice.
My way, Julian.
Don't you find it a little unusual, your husband hiring a private investigator?
No, I don't think so. It's obviously something routine to do with his work.
But wouldn't he have mentioned it to you?
Well, that's one of the joys of being married to Bill. He hardly ever brings his work home with him.
Of course, of course. Mrs. Hollenbeck, forgive me, but your marriage.
Oh, I see. Yes. That might be a reason for Bill hiring this Mr. Durban. And not in this case, Inspector. You see, we have this disgustingly healthy relationship. Can't keep our hands off each other.
Have you talked to your husband recently?
Oh, well, yes, a couple of hours ago, as a matter of fact.
Oh. Did he tell you when he'd be home?
A day, maybe 2 at the latest. Mommy! Will you excuse me a minute?
Of course.
If you're pouring, I'll have a brandy. Mr. Maigret? How about that drink?
I'd like to talk to your husband, Mrs. Hollenbeck. Where can I get hold of him?
He's staying at Brown's Hotel in London.
He just called you from there?
Yes.
I called Brown's before I came down to see you. They told me he checked out 3 days ago.
Oh, yes, I forgot. He said he was moving out of the hotel, staying with some friends.
Could I have that number?
Well, I don't know them. I mean, they're his friends. He didn't leave the number with me. I'll get it from him the next time he calls. Or if you'd rather.
What's wrong, Mrs. Hollenbeck?
Nothing's wrong, Inspector. I just started to say I'll have Bill call you the next time I hear from him.
Then I guess we'll both just have to wait, won't we? Good night, Mrs. Hollenbeck. Kevin Portman. Kevin Portman. Get hold of Kevin Portman. I can't quite make out if it's a man or a woman beside him.
The lab said they couldn't get it any clearer than that.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Durban got himself killed because of these pictures. Maybe even by the man or woman sitting beside Mr. Kevin Portman.
They tried everything, Inspector. The image was just too dim.
Damn it. What about Reynold's computer? He claims it can do everything, except have a baby. What a lousy day. People lying, frightened. Where's my damn pipe? Send out a general alert for Hollenbeck and his car.
I'll have to pull the ID from motor vehicles.
Won't be necessary. Got it here. It's a Peugeot. Here's the license number. I checked with the doorman. The car's been out of the garage for 3 days. He didn't see who took it.
I'll get right on it. See you in the morning, Inspector.
V'nei Hashem Elokeinu aleinu, u'masei yodeinu keinaneihu. Yoshev b'seis elyon, b'tzel Shaddai Yisleinon. Oymar Hashem machsi u'zudosi, Elohai יפתח בוי. כי הוא יצילך מפח יקוש, מדבר אבויס. דיברוסו יוסך אלוך,
You're not feeling responsible for his death, are you?
No, not his death. I could have made his life better.
How? Over the years, he called you dozens of times for help, and he always got it.
When he really needed my help, he didn't get it. The truth is, Louise, all those years ago, I never went that extra inch that might have saved his job. Oh, I defended him up to a point. A self-serving point, maybe. But when they put the pressure on me, ice me.
There's very little you can do about it now, except punish yourself needlessly.
I owe Durban. It's too late for him to know it. But I owe him, Louise.
No, Julie, you owe us. I'm sorry for Oliver. I'm sorry you've lost an old friend, but Julie, I'm jealous of him.
Jealous?
Jealous of all the Oliver Durbans who steal your attention, walk through the door with you every night.
Louise, this is hardly the time and place for this kind of talk.
I can't think of a better place.
Why did you lie to me, Mrs. Hollenbeck? You could not have talked to your husband yesterday, nor the day before. He's been dead 3 days.
You knew your husband checked out of the hotel 3 days ago. Why didn't you tell me that yesterday?
Because I got a call from a man who threatened to kill me and my daughter if I talked to the police.
Do you know this man?
I never heard his voice before.
One or two lines.
Why did your husband hire Durban?
I told you I don't know. Just by chance, I overheard Bill talking on the phone to somebody. Bill kept saying that he had to get something on Portman before the end of the month.
He didn't mention what this something was.
No. And when I asked him about the call, he just got so angry. He told me to forget it, never to mention it again.
Oh, yes. Here they are. 5 phone calls to New York, 7 phone calls to Lausanne, 9 to a private medical center in Milan, all made from your home phone in 2 weeks. Who was your husband calling?
I don't know. The only thing I do know is that Bill was worried that the company was in trouble. He became very secretive. He locked himself in his study and made calls at all hours of the night.
Did you question your husband about these calls?
Yes. He said it was to ensure our future. A very rich future.
Daniel, I was just reminding Tara the last time I saw her. It was at that Swiss penal colony you and Vicky shipped her off to.
I thought you'd approve. Just trying to keep up an old family tradition.
You know, that school didn't do you much harm. You've grown up to be a very beautiful young woman.
She bears a striking resemblance to Victoria at her age, don't you think? Remember Danny, when Dad first introduced us to her?
Oh, I didn't know you knew Mother before they were married.
I'd like a word with you.
Well, we're about to have lunch.
It won't take long.
Well, forgive us, Tara. Your father seems to have something pressing on his mind. Let's go to the library. Tony?
I meant in private.
Well, it will be, son. Just family.
Likes you. I'm Tara Portman.
Maigret. Jules Maigret.
So, are you a friend of my grandfather's?
Well, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him yet. This must be a very exciting day for you. How many years since you've seen him?
About 10, and then only once.
Oh. Well, then you could hardly remember him. You must have been a small girl then.
Oh, I remember him vividly.
You can take it from me, young lady. 10 years can change a man.
Oh, it's not that. Not age. I mean, he's somehow friendlier and happier now. But it's... Oh, I don't know. He's just different. Do you know what I mean?
Do you?
No.
Rumor has it you're either planning on selling the company or making a change in management, namely me.
Oh, why would I do that, son? You're my flesh and blood.
Oh, I'm much more than that to you. I'm your stumbling block. Without my shares, you can't turn a deal.
You're such a suspicious man, Daniel. Suspicious and ungrateful.
Ungrateful? God, you maybe one damn thing I should be grateful to you for.
Danny, come on. I mean, if nothing else, what about Victoria?
Welcome home, Father.
What did you say?
Get in the car. Shut up. Get in the car. What are you doing here?
Hollenbeck's been murdered. His body was found in the trunk of his car this morning.
Murdered.
Tara, get in the car.
Why?
Now.
You knew Hollenbeck had left London.
No, I did not. I thought he was still at the sales conference.
Why did he hire Durban? Or was Hollenbeck fronting for you?
Listen, I told you I never heard of this Durban. And I don't know why anybody would want to kill Bill Hollenbeck, but I tell you this, you either charge me with a crime or you get the hell off my back. Now get in the car, both of you.
was 22 years old, and as a member of Wild Bill Donovan's elite team of OSS operatives, Kevin Portman sustained a chest wound whilst stationed in France. But perhaps Portman's most daring and inventive role took place behind the scenes. Working closely with British intelligence, Portman was responsible for one of World War II's best-kept secrets. An illusion so remarkable that the German High Command was kept in confusion for years. At least 4 attempts to assassinate the Prime Minister by German commando teams following Churchill's double have been authenticated by British intelligence. All were thwarted, with Mr. Churchill's look-alike escaping unharmed.
Took your advice. Used Renault's computer.
Hollenbeck. Well, I'll be damned. It worked. Maigret.
It just came, Inspector. The postmark? Milan. Yeah, I'll be here. Letter.
She says he's got the letter.
Take the stairs to the roof.
This heart scan seems to bear out the reading on the EEG brain graft. A severe stroke occurred. Possibly fatal.
Can't you tell for certain?
No. I've had patients with identical grafts who play 3 sets of tennis every day.
Well, is it a man or a woman?
Can't tell.
How old?
Can't help you there either. Don't you have any information about who this person is or was?
These grafts were all that Durban sent. Oh, by the way, have you ever heard of a small private hospital in Milan called the Capelli Clinic?
Do you think there may have been a patient there?
Maybe. Thank you, Edward.
I hope you and Louise are still planning to take that vacation.
Why?
You smoke with a vengeance and you're a compulsive workhorse. Make sure you take some time off, or I'll be reading your graphs.
Lausanne? Of course I've been to Lausanne. Many, many times.
Last week, Mr. Portman.
I don't think Switzerland was on my schedule.
Well, these pictures were taken last week by a man called Durban.
Well, that's me. All right, yes, that's me. I can see they were taken in Lausanne, but not last week. I wasn't there. Why are you so hot to place me in Lausanne?
Because I think Durban
was killed for shooting these pictures, particularly this one. Who is that man, Mr. Portman?
A lawyer once told me that he never asks a witness a question unless he knows the answer himself. Now, don't hold me in suspense, Inspector.
His name is William Hollenbeck, your son Daniel's assistant. He was killed shortly after this picture was taken.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I truly am, but... See, obviously that picture was taken so long ago that I can't remember.
It was taken last week, Mr. Portman. Last week, in Lausanne.
You paint, Inspector?
I took a class once. No talent.
I buy the best canvas, the best brushes, the best paint. It still never comes out the way I have it in my mind, the way I planned it. That ever happened to you, Inspector?
Avoiding the truth seems to be a family trait.
You're overstepping, Maigret. Keep it polite.
Murder is not polite, Mr. Portman. I have two in my hands right now.
Not my concern.
We have a major difference of opinion. I think both Hollenbeck and Durban's killings are somehow tied in with you.
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you say things like that to me? I don't think you understand who you're talking to. Bank presidents open doors for me. Senators kiss my behind. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I read in today's papers that you and your family are planning to leave the country this weekend.
That's right. The maiden voyage of our new cruise ship.
If I'm not completely satisfied by then, Mr. Portman, I may be on board with you. If I can find anything to connect you with these killings, I'll hang a murder charge on you. You can take my word on that, Mr. Portman.
You're spoiling me. I'm not used to champagne at lunch. The truth is, Uncle Tony, I'm not used to champagne, period.
I'll make a deal with you, Carol. Knock off that uncle business and you can have champagne with breakfast.
I've been warned about you. My father thinks you're not to be trusted.
You always agree with your father?
Rarely. Very rarely.
And what do you think?
I think this is a little weird. I mean, you're my uncle.
Half uncle. Doesn't count.
And that depends on what you're counting.
Maigret. Jules Maigret.
Chief Inspector Maigret.
May I? How well did you know Oliver Durban?
Who?
Have you recently taken up lying, or is it a chronic condition?
Now, why should I lie about knowing Mr. Durban?
One reason might be that he worked for you last year, and now he's been murdered.
If you'll excuse me.
Please stay, Miss Portman.
I think you're mistaken, Inspector. That man never worked for me.
Let's go, Mr. Portman.
Go? Where?
My office. I have all of Durban's files, including a copy of the report you hired him to make on your brother, Daniel.
I was given his name by a business associate here in Paris, but I never met him. It was all done by mail. And it wasn't personal, the investigation. It was purely a corporate matter I didn't think was being handled properly.
And you haven't had any contact with him since?
No, not once. You gotta believe that.
Why, Mr. Portman? I don't have to believe that at all.
Look, I haven't got time for this. I'm meeting a friend. my husband really cares about his work. He's obsessed about it. So of course he's under pressure now Kevin's here, and he's heard the same rumours you have. But he's incapable of murder. Not even to salvage his career.
You're very loyal, Mrs. Portman.
Is that so surprising?
Well, considering that there are two men in your life.
What do you mean?
You recognize it? It's a copy of a telegram sent by Kevin Portman to you over a month ago.
Need your help urgently. Capelli Clinic, Milan. Come at once, KP. Never seen it before.
It was addressed to you, Mrs. Portman.
I never received it.
I checked with the Milan Telegraph Office and all cables sent from the clinic. And they reported that this telegram was sent from the Capelli and delivered to your apartment the following morning.
Well, must have gotten lost. Or maybe someone else.
Ah, yes. Indeed, Mrs. Portman. That is a possibility. But then, wouldn't your husband have mentioned it?
When you go home at night, do you ever think about the people you investigate? How the questions you ask and the doors you open might destroy their lives? I wonder what doors you wouldn't care to have opened, Inspector.
Thank you for bringing me along, Julie.
You were right, Louise. I owe us. I've been so consumed with my work. I've neglected my life with you.
Maybe after all this, we can begin again. Do you realize, dear Inspector, that this is the first time I have ever seen you at work?
Well, I figured it was about time you saw how I earn my living. The seamy underside of life that I've been forced to deal with day after day.
You've cut yourself shaving.
All wounds heal, Louise.
And leave no scars.
And leave no scars.
You know, there's no need for a long preamble. I'm personally taking control of the company.
As of when?
No.
Then the rumors are true. You're selling.
No, I'm keeping. I need 100% control, so I'm buying you out.
Wrong, not me.
You haven't heard the offer yet, Daniel? It's a very rich one.
I've put in over 20 years. I've earned every one of those shares with my blood.
Son, I gave you those shares. Now I'm buying them back. Clear profit to you.
No, you don't understand, do you? It's not the money. For once, just once in my life, I got something you want. And for once, I'm not going to give it to you. Come on, Victoria, let's get out of here.
It's hard for me to hear, Daniel. You might ask Vicky, Tony, how they feel.
Well, what's Victoria got to do with it, huh? You're not going to get her to change my mind.
I don't think your father was alluding to that. I believe he was making reference to the stock your wife owns.
What's he talking about? What stock?
I have some shares.
Don't be so modest, Vicky. It's a considerable amount.
How did you get them?
I think perhaps...
How, Victoria?
I gave them to her a long time ago, back when we were friends.
For a very long time, you've kept them a secret from me, haven't you?
Thanks.
I'm sorry, Vicky. I thought you'd have told him.
Some uncle, some niece.
Some family.
drink to deaden the pain of being married to me, or that you and the old man are still lovers?
Grow up.
The cable, Victoria, the cable he sent you from Milan.
Maigret was right.
Right? What do you mean, right about what?
Doesn't matter.
It matters. Right about what?
I told him that you were incapable of murder, and now I'm finding out things that I thought were beneath you.
Don't give a damn what you told him. Or what you think. I'm just interested in one thing, Victoria. Those shares you've squirreled away. I want them.
Okay, what you want?
You are going to sign those shares over to me. Don't make me madder than I already am. You're not leaving this room until I get those shares from you.
Yes,
Just, Tara, don't interfere.
Why are you hurting her? Why are you doing this?
Tara, you don't understand. I'm fighting for my life. I mean it, Victoria. I'm going to get those shares from you one way or the other.
If we find out where that music's coming from, I'll let you dance on my toes.
You see that?
What are they arguing about?
I don't know, Louise. It's something I've been searching for. An idea. Not really an idea, but it's a form of what's been happening here.
Julie, what are you talking about?
I don't know, Louise. But I do know that something is going to happen.
Julie?
Mrs. Portman. Thank you, Miss Payne. Mrs. Portman, for the past half an hour, I've been looking for your husband.
Well, I haven't seen him. Why?
Someone has just tried to kill me.
You think that Daniel perhaps had something to do with it?
I'm questioning everybody.
Why would someone want to kill you?
Whoever killed Hollenbeck and Durban is on board the ship. And he, or she, would feel more comfortable if I was out of the way.
She? Am I to take that you mean me? Or perhaps you think that Tara is the killer?
Where murder is concerned, Mrs. Portman, nothing is outside the realm of possibility. You're playing a very dangerous game, Mrs. Portman. All of you.
Just what game might that be?
Well, I haven't quite figured it out yet. But one thing is certain. Whatever it is, the stakes are high. High enough to include murder.
Want a drink, huh? I'm buying.
I'm playing.
Danny, come on, come on. Huh?
I'm trying to patch things up between us. How about meeting halfway?
Okay, Tony, spit it out. You're going to feel a lot better.
Oh, you're tough, Danny, real tough. Okay. The old man wants to buy us out. I think we should sell.
And I don't. End of story.
He's offering far more than their shares are worth on the market. We can squeeze him, Danny. We can squeeze him dry. Chance of a lifetime.
You speak for yourself. I've got other plans.
There's no deal unless we all agree. You, me, and Victoria. You know that.
I'll tell you something else I know, Tony. If you come near Tara one more time, I'm gonna kill you.
What the hell are you talking about?
I mean it. You look at Tara the wrong way, I'm gonna kill you.
You're evading me.
Oh, that's my Vicky. Never wanting to keep it light. All right now. What am I evading?
I planned my whole life around you. Why did you leave me?
Oh. Remember that time I had to go to Paris? I needed to go along, and I wouldn't have time for you. Remember that? Got to my suite, opened the door, and there you were. Now, I don't know if you were too young or too unsophisticated, but maybe to get those signals, but I felt trapped. Then I got it that that's the way it was always going to be with you, Vicky. So I left. Simple as that.
Well, I've grown up.
You're the one who found it?
No, sir. It was Eckers.
Eckers? What time did you discover the body, Mr. Eckers?
3:30, sir.
Precisely.
About 3:30.
When was she killed, Doctor?
Best I can come up with is sometime between 1 and 3 this morning.
The captain said you found this next to the body.
Near it, sir, yes, but closer to the chain locker.
This one?
The aft companionway stairs. Actually, under them. I noticed it as I was going for help.
In your opinion, how long did it take Mrs. Portman's killer to strangle her with that silk scarf? Doctor?
Well, depending on how strong the man was.
The man?
Or woman. And how much of a fight she puts up. Probably under 2 minutes.
What time did you go on watch?
I had the midnight to 4 duty, sir.
What were you doing at the cargo hold?
Making my rounds.
You're very tired, Mr. Douglas. I won't keep you any longer.
Thank you, sir.
Now let us sum up the details of this sad event. Thank you for joining us, Miss Portman. You left this lounge a few minutes after 1 a.m. and you took Mrs. Portman back to her cabin.
Exactly. Then I went to my penthouse, had a nightcap with Mr. Braden, and I went to bed.
And you were in the casino till it closed?
Yeah, 2. 2 o'clock. Then I went to a bar called the Pirates Cove, had a few drinks with some people I met there. We all went back to our cabins together.
What time was that?
Around 3:30. You can check if you like.
You went to bed at 11, Miss Portman.
Yes.
Then you did not hear your mother return to her cabin?
No. I was asleep. I was sleeping when she...
These are the shoes Mrs. Portman was wearing when she was killed. It is obvious from the scrape marks and the broken heel on this one that she was dragged some distance from the place she was actually murdered.
For God's sake, Maigret! Can't you understand? My daughter is in no condition to hear this.
How insensitive of me, Mr. Portman, and how sensitive of you. Forgive me. Please. Please.
Thank you. Come on.
What I'd like to know, what were you doing on deck near the penthouse shortly after 1 a.m. this morning?
What the hell are you talking about? I was in my cabin. I was asleep in my cabin.
You were seen by one of the deckhands coming off duty.
No. That's wrong. Man's mistaken. Or he's lying.
Yes. Maybe. Maybe. But one thing is definitely certain. Someone is lying.
What's all that wriggling you're doing?
Louise, it's not easy filling your father's suit. Louise, what about a nice cold beer? Come on.
evening, Miss Portman. Obviously, I've disturbed you. I do apologize. I just wanted to say how sorry I am about your mother.
Inspector! You think my father killed her, don't you? Don't treat me like a child. You already suspect him of killing those two men. You've just add her to the list. It follows.
He hasn't helped himself by lying about being in his cabin at the time your mother was killed. But if you've got a good reason, why I shouldn't count him as a suspect.
You may not consider this a good reason. But I know my father. Maybe not as much as I'd like to, but enough to know that he's not a killer. I know he seems cold and angry. But what makes him act that way is fear. He's frightened, and ashamed of being frightened, and unhappy because he can't admit it.
I haven't thought of this in years, but you remind me of the opening lines of a book that I read when I was about your age. All happy families are the same. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. I won't forget what you said about your father. Good night, Miss Portman.
Where'd you disappear to? I was about to have them stop the ship and see if you'd fallen overboard. Who was the cable from? The cable.
The cable. Oh, Lucas. He was answering some questions I had about that seaman. What's his name?
Eggers.
Yes, Eggers.
Why are you so certain that Eckers is lying about when he found Victoria Portman's body?
Everyone on duty with him swears he was exactly where he was supposed to be. When he was supposed to be.
Julie? So?
So?
Eckers.
Eckers? Oh, Eckers. He's still lying. He claims he found her shoe under the stairwell as he was running for help. But Louise, no one, but no one who's just discovered a strangled body is going to notice a woman's shoe hidden away like that. Oh, he found the shoe all right, but not where and when he claimed he did.
You think Eckers killed Mrs. Portman?
It's a possibility, but a better one. He saw who did it.
Julie, it's practically the middle of the night. Where are you going?
If my information on Eckers is correct, now's the time to prove it. Louise, there I go again. If you like, I can, tomorrow, perhaps.
Oh, Julie, go on and take care. You know you're right. All wounds do heal.
I'm sorry to disturb you, Miss Henson, but it's important. It's about Eckers. I'm not interested in your earning your pocket money as a gigolo, Mr. Eckers. What does interest me is where and what time you found Mrs. Portman's shoe and what you saw. We both know the penalty for an officer leaving his post without permission. His wife got you fired from your last ship, but didn't you tell your present employers that?
I found the shoe on A deck. I picked it up and saw a woman running forward, frightened, as if someone were after her. I thought she might be in trouble, so I followed her. Then I heard her let out a little scream, just like she was surprised, and I heard her say, "Oh, it's you."
Who did she say that to?
I don't know. A deck officer was heading toward me, so I hid. By the time he passed, the woman and whoever she ran into were gone.
Well, come. Show me. Come.
I came down here to get a better look. As I entered the forward hold, I heard a noise. I couldn't see anything at first, but as I got closer, Mrs. Portman was being dragged towards the anchor chain locker. Then someone stood up. The locker door opened. And as I moved forward, I kicked something, made a noise. I was sure that it'd seen me. I was frightened. So I ran into the passageway. I managed to close the door. When I got to the stairs, I realized I still had the shoe. So I dropped it there.
And the door to the anchor chain locker was open?
Yes, sir.
And knowing that after the report finding her body in the hold, you thought your story would sound better if you said you found her shoe as well.
Yes.
I think you've had enough.
You have any idea what time this is?
Yes, it's late, son. Not just an hour's. Time's running out on the offer I made you.
My wife's been murdered. You dragged me up here to discuss business?
Yeah, look, I feel terrible about Victoria. You must know that. But life must go on. I think it's time you started thinking about your future.
Tony's already accepted your father's generosity.
That leaves you in a distinct minority. A lonely place to be, Daniel.
I don't know, Julian. Seems to me as long as I have those shares, I'm not ever going to be lonely.
Stop this tap dancing. I'm going to get those shares and have to take it out of your hide.
The first place this ship docks, I'm filing a lawsuit to block your takeover. You don't have a chance in hell. Nice to see you running scared, old man. Get out of my way.
I'll kill him.
Crazy old man.
All right, let's take a stroll. This way, son.
Realize what you're doing?
Just taking care of business, Daniel. My business.
resent this.
Really, Mr. Portman? What is it? The jury's end.
I resent your assumption that it was me and not Bill Hollenbeck that hired Durban.
You were the only one who could have intercepted your father's telegram to your wife from the Milan clinic. You had to know if he was dying. So you hired a private investigator and sent your personal assistant to get his report firsthand. That's how it was.
I had to find out what was going on. I had to be certain.
That's where you made your mistake. It appears Hollenbeck decided to go into business for himself. He flew to Lausanne armed with Durban's information, and he made a deal with your father. His silence for what he told his wife would ensure him a rich future. Instead, they'd got him killed. And Durban too. Both were murdered because they knew too much.
What kind of proof do you have? That phony snapshot? I'll have to have much more evidence than that to connect me to Hollenbeck.
Unfortunately, you're right, Mr. Portman. Unfortunately, I have it. A list of telephone calls Mr. Hollenbeck made to New York, Lausanne, Milan. Calls the phone company verified were made to Mr. Kevin Portman's unlisted telephone number.
Forgive me, Inspector. But surely you don't mean to imply that Mr. Portman had anything to do with those men's deaths? Slander can be a nasty and costly suit to defend.
I'm sure you're right, Mr. Brayton. I'm sure you're right. But dead men can't sue.
If you're talking about Mr. Portman, he seems very much alive to me.
Oh, he's alive, all right. And healthy, too, I can swear to that. But he's not Kevin Portman.
What the hell are you talking about?
The real Kevin Portman died in the Milan clinic. That your wife came to the same conclusion I did. That this man is an imposter. A double hired by your father to ensure his privacy. A while back, I discovered that during World War II, Mr. Portman had a very interesting job. Finding an exact double for Winston Churchill. A scheme devised to keep the Germans in the dark as to the Prime Minister's real whereabouts. When Mr. Portman decided to go underground himself, he made a search. And he found him. His body was the same size and shape, his face almost a perfect match, particularly with the beard. Only his eyes needed a change of color. And that was easy to accomplish with the help of modern science.
What are those supposed to prove?
That a man with blue eyes would not need blue contact lenses. Mr. Rattalik. Thomas Rattalik. Former actor, playing big parts in bad movies until Mr. Portman discovered you.
That's it! Go, will you? All right, all right.
Thank you. I don't think I could go through that again. When Mr. Portman died, you and Miss Pace found the perfect opportunity to take over and to sell the corporation.
Interesting theory, but courts still like facts.
I have them, Mr. Braden. A contract for the sale of the Portman Corporation to an Eric Landsman, an international banker. And a sworn statement that the deal was negotiated by you. The deal could not go through unless Mr. Portman could deliver 100% of the shares and to sign the papers. But Mr. Portman was dead. So Mr. Julian Braden came up with the scheme of using Mr. Rattalik one last time in his role of Kevin Portman. The scheme was foolproof. Portman the recluse had not been seen for years. Not even by his sons. What tripped you up? Something you didn't bargain for. Was your double's ego. For years he had been Portman's look-alike. Now you gave him the opportunity to be Kevin Portman, and how he reveled in it. A former actor, now at the part of a lifetime. He took it to heart, so much so that he killed Hollenbeck and Durban when they learned his secret. With this gun, the one you tried to kill me with, I am quite sure when ballistics run a test, the bullets will match.
How did you find out?
About you. Oh, you played your part well enough. When I found the contact lenses, I had Sergeant Lucas run a check on all the visas issued to the Portman Corporation over the past years, and the name Rattalik appeared on all of them. I promised you that if necessary, I'd hang a murder charge on you. You murdered Oliver Durban.
Did you kill my mother?
No, Miss Portman. He didn't. Come. Please, come. Please, please. Your mother was killed by somebody else. Victoria Portman was murdered because she also became a threat. You testified that you and your wife argued about the shares she owned, and she refused to sign them over to you.
I argued, yeah, but I didn't kill her.
Witnesses testified they saw your wife leave the nightclub in a rather amorous mood with your father. Shortly after 1 a.m., she was seen running as if for her life from the direction of the penthouse. During that run for her life, she met someone on the deck. Someone she knew. Someone she could trust. Someone with whom she felt safe. That she could reveal her secret. And the man she thought was Kevin Portman had no bullet wound scars. That he was an imposter. And in return for that trust, she was murdered. You lied about being in the casino until it closed at 2 a.m.
The hell I did. You can check with the croupier.
The croupier testified. You left the roulette table shortly before 1 o'clock and returned a half an hour later. She remembers, because you were gambling with rather large sums. When the casino closed at 2 o'clock, you made a great display of handing out over-generous tips to the staff.
I went out for a breath of air. Since when has that been a crime?
And you lied about being asleep in your cabin at the time your wife was murdered.
I did follow them up to the penthouse, but I didn't kill her. I swear it.
After your wife was strangled in that passageway on the deck, her body was dragged down the forward companionway stairs to the cargo hold. The murderer had a particular destination in mind. He wanted to be well off the ship by the time the body was discovered. The anchor chain locker was the perfect place. Only someone with an intimate, working knowledge of ships would have known that the anchor chain locker is inspected only twice a year. Someone like you, Mr. Portman, who designs ships. You, Mr. Tony Portman. He builds the ships, but you design them.
Me? No. No, there are dozens of people in that crew.
Enough lying, Mr. Portman! Your brother followed his wife to the penthouse out of jealousy, but you murdered Victoria Portman for an altogether different reason.
Crazy. You're crazy, huh? Why would I want to kill her?
For greed.
No.
To make a fortune from the sale of your shares to your father.
No, I wouldn't kill her for that. I'd already agreed to sell him my shares.
That would have been worthless. And Victoria Portman's secret became public knowledge.
No.
Out of greed.
No.
Greed, Mr.
No.
Portman, greed.
No.
And how you attempted to hide the body told me it was you.
No.
Greed. You're all guilty of being consumed by greed.
You look tired.
To tell you the truth, Louise, I am.
I'm so proud of you, Julie. Oliver Durban would be too.
Do you think this town will have any decent beer?